Hey all, it's Jeff. Today we're going to look at ways to add additional screening to some of the vents around your house. As a home inspector, I'm in a lot of attics and I see a lot of dryer vents and things, and a lot of them have cuts, it's missing, or a lot of pest intrusion. Either I see a lot of beehives, I see bats or bat residues, bird nests. I just saw a big one recently. And because, of course, if you're an animal, you look for a place that would shelter you from the weather, so they can chirp through and bite through the mesh screens. There's a lot of non-metallic mesh screen used up in attics, for instance, and it doesn't last long. So I'm going to show you today the kinds of things I recommend to clients that they do. And you can put up metal mesh. This is 1/4 inch opening mesh. I'll show you. Comes in a roll, $7, $8 for the whole roll. So when you're up in your attic, you can look at your gable vents, typically the end vents on each side at the peaks. Many of those, I'm going to say probably 1 out of 3, maybe 1 out of 2, is missing mesh or has non-metallic mesh that's been fractured or torn or fallen down from, it's been stapled up and the wood rot, or just all kinds of reasons that where you could use something like this. I'm going to show you how you can see this thick metal mesh. And what I'm going to show you today ways you can use it for a dryer vent, because a lot of you have dryer vents. Here's how I encourage my clients to repair those who are doing the DIY fix. So a duct like this would be coming out of the house. And what I just did today was took the wire mesh. You can see the circle right there, probably on my shirt, traced it here. And then of course you can cut it with just some metal snips like this. And these are metal snips, watch your fingers. You can just see how this just cuts right through it like it's cardboard nearly. These are amazing if you don't have them. Harbor Freight has them, it's a great deal. But so what I did earlier was cut out a little circle like this that matches that pattern I did. Again, I'll put that on my shirt so you can see it. And what I can do is use these little arms to either mount it inside the tube, depending on your installation, or I can mount it right outside the tube. So look at how that goes right around there. Then I could use all season tape if I wanted to just secure that on here, for instance. The other choice you have is to go, depending on, again, on your installation, is to go inside. Like in this case, my tube needs to go inside this vent. So what I would do is bend these edges down a little bit more, and I would mount this on the inside of this tube. What I'm trying to do here is stop bees, beehives, anything that's smaller than what will fit through this vent here. And I have another solution I'm going to show you. So this would nest inside there. I don't care if it's even tipped a little bit left or right. I just care that it's rigid inside this tube before I do my installation. And then something has to be smaller than that, each opening, which is probably, gosh, 3/16 by 3/16 or something to get in. So I'm gonna remove larger bumblebees. I will still have some smaller bees perhaps that can get in, but there's other filters that I can use too. I can take, for instance, on this, you'll see how this has a little slide out. This mounts on the wall on the tube that goes into the house from my dryer vent setting. And this is a project I'm doing at my house now. And here's a little slide out tray. Well, that's their filter, but look, that's almost 1/2 inch gap. So what I also did, I made a small little soap dish type thing that's gonna go right in here. Now this has got the 1/4 inch or 3/16 versus 1/2 inch. And I'll slide that right back in. So now I have the added benefit of doing that. Now, when lint fills this up, because it will fill this up faster than the larger grid, I just slide this out, clean it, put it right back in. So this is a better solution, depending on your installation, perhaps than doing this, because you don't want this to close up with lint and decrease your dryer capability. So whatever is a good fit for you, but up in the attic, certainly you want to use something that's like this, have it exposed, staple gun on the outside, or small nails. This can even hang relatively loose. It just needs to be, you can also on this, you can also flex it and give it and let it hold itself in place in certain areas. I've had some installations I've seen where they've done a really nice job. They've actually bent it over the louvers on some vents, so it stays really well seated inside the gaps that the louvers form up in the gable vents of the attic. So that's a couple of ideas. It's called just metal mesh, Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere like that, Amazon. It's about $8 a roll for what I bought. I think I bought 12 feet. So give that a try. No links below, but I would appreciate a like, and if you'll pound the subscribe button, that'd be great. Thanks so much.